Elizabeth, the miracle before the miracle. For years, Elizabeth prayed the same prayer. Quietly, faithfully, and often in tears. She lived a righteous life, walked blamelessly before God, and yet carried a silent burden. She was barren. In a world where motherhood defined honor, her empty womb felt like a public sentence. Time passed. Youth faded. Hope thinned. Still, Elizabeth waited. Elizabeth and her husband, Zechariah, served God faithfully. He ministered in the temple. She lived with dignity among her people. But whispers followed her footsteps. Some assumed hidden sin. Others offered pity disguised as comfort. Elizabeth bore it all with grace. She trusted God even when his answer felt like silence. Until one ordinary day, heaven broke that silence. While Zechariah served in the temple, an angel appeared, unexpected, overwhelming. "You will have a son." Zechariah doubted. How could this be? They were old. The season for children had passed long ago. Because of his doubt, Zechariah was struck silent. But Elizabeth conceived. The impossible happened, quietly, gently, without fanfare. She hid herself away, whispering praise through trembling hands. "The Lord has done this for me," she said. Her miracle had begun. 6 months later, a young girl arrived at her door, Mary. When Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the child in her womb leaped. The Holy Spirit filled Elizabeth, and she cried out with prophetic clarity, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the child you will bear." In that moment, Elizabeth, once overlooked, became the first to publicly recognize the coming Messiah. Her miracle came before the miracle. Elizabeth gave birth to a son. Neighbors rejoiced. Joy replaced years of shame. When the time came to name the child, she spoke boldly. "His name is John." Not tradition. Not expectation. Obedience. John would grow to be a voice crying in the wilderness, preparing the way for Jesus. Elizabeth's womb carried the forerunner of Christ. Elizabeth never stood in the spotlight. She did not travel far. She did not preach to crowds. But her obedience shaped history. She teaches us that a God hears prayers delayed by time if faithfulness matters. Even in silence, some miracles prepare the way for greater ones. Elizabeth's story reminds us that God's timing is never accidental. Before Jesus stepped into the world, God moved quietly in the life of a woman who never gave up hope. Elizabeth's miracle came first, so the greatest miracle could follow. If you're waiting, if your prayers feel unanswered, if hope feels distant, remember Elizabeth. Sometimes, your miracle is preparing the way for something far greater than you imagined. This is God's power and purpose. Like and subscribe for more.